0, 1, 2, 3. Let's get started.
Oh, that's real good.
Hello friends, welcome back to Al's Smokehouse. In this video, I'm going to be showing you how to do just a little bit of maintenance to your Weber Smokefire. Now I really like this grill, and I'm going to tell you, you're looking at a first generation Weber Smokefire. I pre-ordered this thing before they were even available to the public. I had a few problems to start with like everybody else. Of course, Weber customer service sent me all the upgrades that they now put in their Weber Smokefire. And ever since then, I've had very little issues with my Weber Smokefire. The out works great, the connection works great, and everything about it I like. But there's one thing I want to remind you of, is it's kind of tricky and kindly peculiar about what kind of pellets it is. Now what I mean by that, I don't know if you've ever noticed or not, but some pellets have a larger diameter than others. And I like to use the smaller diameter pellets. And it don't matter what brand it is, as long as they're a smaller diameter. Then I'm going to explain what I mean by that, because I used some larger pellets one time, larger diameter pellets a few times. And I noticed when it was running, I could hear a groaning noise, like the auger was really working to feed the pellets. And whenever I use a smaller diameter pellet, I don't hear that. Now this is an example of the size pellet you need. If you noticed, I have one laying on this tape measure, and it measures right at 1/4 inch. And here I have one on my dial caliper, and as you can see there in the dial, it's just over 1/4 inch. This size pellet works well, but anything larger will not. So one of the things I've always noticed, I'm a member of the Weber Smokefire Facebook page, other groups associated with Weber products. And one of the biggest complaints I hear with the Smokefire is inability to reach higher temperatures. And from my experience, I've had that problem a few times too. And from my experience, that problem is simple. You see, if you use those larger pellets, they're kind of, in that noise you hear, it's kind of crushing the pellets into powder as it's trying to feed it through the auger, because they're a larger diameter. And in the process of doing that, you're going to get a lot of pellet dust compacted around the opening of your smoke fire, where the pellets go into the auger and feed. So to fix that issue, you just simply need to empty your hopper of all the pellets, vacuum out what's remaining so you can expose the auger, and take something like I usually use a Phillips screwdriver, for instance, and I pry loose all that compacted dust that's accumulated in that auger that can keep you from reaching higher temperatures. And how it does that is because when the auger, the rear part of the auger is compacted with pellet dust, it can't feed enough pellets to maintain a higher fire in the firebox. Sounds pretty simple, don't it? Today in this video, we're going to do just a little bit of maintenance back here in my auger. I hadn't cleaned it out in a while, but I've been using smaller pellets. Now if you use smaller pellets, it don't accumulate as fast, but it's still going to pack up some. So I'm basically going to show you the process of what I do to clean out those compacted pellets in the auger. So if you're having issues like this, you stick with us and we'll figure it out. Let's get to it. Okay, folks, you can see I got a few pellets left in my hopper here. I'm going to take a bucket here and hold up under the empty lever. You just pull out this lever and your pellets will fall out into this bucket. Now before I vacuum, I'm going to bring you in here and show you that there's a lot of dust along with a few pellets that left. And that dust is what compacts around your auger. So let's come in here and take a look. Okay, here we are. I got my flashlight to shine in here, kind of show you what I'm talking about. I see part of the auger right there, but there's a lot of dust in there too. So right now what I'm going to do is get my shop vac out, and I'm going to vacuum all these loose pellets from around my auger and see how much dust we got compacted around it. I'm pleasantly surprised, and this kind of proves my theory that the smaller diameter pellets don't pack in a lot of dust. But usually that first section of auger right there is packed with dust, so that just leaves a very small opening there in front of that first section to feed pellets, and that's when you start having issues reaching temperature. But I got a little buildup right at the very back of my auger, so I'm going to take a Phillips screwdriver and pry that out, loosen it up where I can vacuum it out. I'm going to try to video this as I do it, and it's kind of hard to do this with both hands, but with this one hand. But you see, I'm just taking this screwdriver and I'm poking right in there where those pellets are kind of compacted. This section right here don't really bother me all that much because it's not taking up much room. But when it gets to this section right here and they start compacting right in there, that's when you're going to have trouble reaching temperature. So I'm pleasantly surprised that I don't have any more buildup in my auger than what I do. So I'm going to get my vacuum out and vacuum what I've got loosened up. Alright, you can see how much better that looks. Folks, there you have it. If you're having trouble reaching higher temperatures with your Weber Smokefire, I highly recommend this. And I highly recommend using the smaller diameter pellets. So I hope this video has been helpful to you, and I hope it will help you to maintain your grill where you can enjoy your cooks and not be concerned about it not reaching certain temperatures that you want it to reach. I want to thank everybody for your support of my channel, and I'd like to encourage you, if you want to see future videos of grill maintenance, how I set things up, and the way I cook, I'm going to be publishing a lot more cook videos here in the near future. So stay tuned for that. So if you want to receive all that content, I want you to click the like button, subscribe button, and the notification button. And if you do all three of those things, you're going to receive a notification every time I post new content. So with that being said, I want to say God bless each and every one of you. And until next time, keep on smoking. See you later.
1, 2, 3. Let's get started.
Oh, that's real good.
Why they stopping me? Stopping me.